Oh my god, that tastes so great. I feel terrible that I left him there. Am I not that capable as a mom? Because I'm way too early to think about this. There's really not much to say about that. Like a stranger would tell me like, oh, you need a second baby. Like, but the guilt's never gonna go away. No, this kid is 100% mine. The more you push me, the more I'm gonna get pushed away. Hi everyone, welcome back to another mukbang. Today I'm back with some Korean fried chicken. I got my chicken from this place called Ponchon. Back in the days when I started mukbang, this didn't even exist. But there's so many Korean fried chickens available now. This one's a little different. The way they fry is a little different. I think they're crispier in a little different way. And today I did crave this. I have sweet soy sauce flavor and red sauce. And I had fire noodle at home. This one is a cheese one. So I made that on the side. And I did ask for coleslaw. Wow. They charge extra for this little bit. If they're gonna charge it, at least fill it up. Actually, I don't even know if they were charging it. Maybe it's complimentary. But still, come on. This thing was like $31 and they give you this much. Shame. Everything's getting so expensive, and just like the quality is like, if the quality is better or if it even stayed the same, like, okay, I'll try to understand it. But man, the quality is going down, but the price is like increasing. Anyways, I wanted to enjoy it with some beer. Chimek is short for chicken and 맥주. 맥주 is beer. I have this non-alcoholic one that I got when I was pregnant. I had a short phase where I'm like, I really want to drink. I think the more you are not allowed to, the more you want to do it. Because I wasn't really a heavy drinker. I could go weeks or months without drinking. Oh my god, that tastes so great. I don't want to eat this yet because I did work out before this, and I think I'm pretty hungry. My stomach should be pretty empty right now, so I don't want to go too crazy. So I can't even tell. So when I got this, it was like upside down, so I don't even know which one's soy sauce and which one is red anymore. But okay, this one is soy sauce for sure, so let's try this one first. So there's my cheat day. So this tastes amazing. I think if I were to eat whatever I want every day, then this chicken will be still good. But because I'm controlling my diet, or like I'm trying to have a balanced diet, that this tastes amazing right now. I think that's much better. I know this is non-alcoholic, but it still tastes really good. I feel like I'm gonna get drunk. This is so good. So if you guys watch my previous video, you guys know that my parents watch Aiden once a week. It's not a permanent thing. It's not every week thing, but most of the time. So whenever I'm filming mukbang, you could just automatically assume that, oh, Aiden's with their grandparents, his grandparents. And this one is the red one. I don't know. They all look like, they all look the same. I think it's the red one. You know, last week when I dropped off Aiden, it felt great in a sense that even if it's short, I gotta have my own time. I get to film mukbang, I get to work out, spend just more quality time with Tong. I get to give a little more attention to Ame. So it felt great. I did miss him. I was very excited to pick him up. But this week, I don't know what it is. I feel terrible that I left him there. He's not at the age where he knows. I don't think he knows. Like, oh, my mom left me for a night. He probably doesn't have the concept yet. But still, I feel pretty terrible. Sometimes I think that, like, am I getting too much help from too many people? Like, am I not that capable as a mom? I had very few days of watching Aiden by myself. And even within those few nights, I feel exhausted where I immediately want someone's help. So thinking about that, like, am I really not able to handle this? So in a way, I feel bad for Aiden. I feel a little discouraged that, you know, like, am I too selfish? Oh, spicy. Once you have a baby, it's given that for a long time you're not gonna have a time for yourself. Everything's gonna be about baby. But am I fighting it because, like, just because, like, I really miss my own time, my own space, that obviously that's why I asked my mom to watch him overnight. Like, am I being too selfish? Am I not accepting that I'm supposed to lose my time? I don't know. I think I'm starting to feel this way more because I am definitely getting attached to him a lot more. He's just so cute. But I do appreciate this time where I get to just film mukbang and, like, have a conversation with the camera, do some laundry and all that housework, and, you know, hang out with Tong a little bit. I am very looking forward to picking him up tomorrow. I think once we get a good schedule where he sleeps through the night, because, you know, like, babies, kids, they sleep a long time, like 7 to 7. Like, they sleep early, they wake up kind of early, so I would have the time. I should be able to find time to film mukbang even if, like, I don't have to drop him, you know, even if, like, he's still here, like, and my parents doesn't have to watch him every week. So it's pretty temporary. I'm not planning on taking him to my parents, like, once I get the schedule down. Pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, after baby, and now, like, I keep changing thoughts, or, like, my view on things keep changing. And one of them is baby daycare. I had a pretty long conversation with my friend about this, but I was like, I want to send my kid to daycare as early as I can. And I think if I was full-time, if I had a full-time job where I have to be in office, or like I have to be, or if it's like 9 to 5 job, whatever, then yes, I think I would still do that. But because like I'm not, and like my schedule is really flexible and all that, like, do I want to until like he's ready to go to school? I think there's pros and cons to all that. Obviously, if you're sending into daycare, I know this, I'm way too early to think about this, but he is 2 months now, and time is somewhat going by really fast. So like, from the top of my head, pros to daycare is, when they're gone, you get to do your stuff during the day, and like it teaches them structure. They get to make friends and all that. The downside is, it's expensive, and do you really need to send them to a daycare before they go to preschool or school, whatever? I think because I'm getting more attached to him, I think I'm just thinking that if I don't absolutely have to take him to the daycare, then do I need to, or do I want to? I heard that from this amazing lady, a Korean, she's like a therapist slash, I don't know what she is. But she said that a lot of parents feel urge to send their kid to like daycare or some like program because they want them to have their social skills and outgoing and just be able to make friends and be social. But she mentioned that if the baby has a good connection, a positive connection with the mother, you don't really need to worry about sending them to any kind of daycare or any kind of like school until they're 3. It's completely okay. So like after I heard that, I'm like, oh, okay, then I don't have to really rush. I mean, like, what mother doesn't want their kid to go, be able to make friends and be included in like activities and all that? Also, I've been on Reddit and I'm like filtered under parenting. I see so many horrifying stories that people like ask for advice because of like what their kid experienced at the daycare. I shouldn't be reading that if that's gonna change my decision on sending them to daycare. I mean, yes, they are horrifying, but it's not gonna change my decision from like sending my kid to daycare or not sending. It's just kind of crazy that it happens, and it's kind of good to know information, what to be aware of, what to watch out for. I have completely transitioned from whatever to Ajuma. So Ajuma is a Korean term where that's like referring to a married woman that's like middle age-ish. So I guess I've been Ajuma for a long time because I've been married to Tong for a long time, but I never really refer myself or like categorize myself as Ajuma. But after having a baby, I think I am categorizing myself as Ajuma because, man, I get so talkative. Like, every time I see a pregnant woman on the street, I'm like, she must be like at her like 3rd trimester. Or like, I just want to approach them and talk to them like, oh, how are you? How's your baby doing? Like, even if I don't know them, you know? And one of the, I guess, characteristic of Ajuma is that they're very talkative. All I talk about is baby stuff now. Sometimes people ask how I'm doing, like how my marriage is. There's really not much to say about that. I mean, nothing bad, you know, but nothing really like different either. I think there's that 2-2-2 rule. Every 2 weeks, go on a date with their, you know, spouse or wife. Every 2 months, go out of town. Every 2 years, go out of the country or something like that. You know, one thing that everyone around me tells me slash asks me is if I'm gonna have a second child or that I should have a second child. I mean, it cooled down a little bit, but I have not had a conversation where people didn't ask me if I'm gonna have another baby or like, oh, you should have another baby, like trying to convince me. Like a stranger would tell me like, oh, you need a second baby, like you need a sibling for Aiden. And I know it comes from experience. Well, some people, they've had children and they saw how important having a sibling is. So I get that. But man, I just had a baby. I'm just getting used to it. Because I don't know, like I never really thought about myself as pregnant. Like I never really thought about having kids. I actually didn't want kids. But you know, it's a long story, but I mean there's really not much story to it, but like after I met Tong, I lived with him, you know, like I was very open to it eventually. So we got pregnant and we had Aiden. But before all that, I don't think I ever imagined myself more than a child, like one kid. And this is before Tong or whatever, and it's just something I thought to myself, like, if I were to ever have a kid, I'm gonna have one and it's gonna be a boy. That's just like what I always thought. And I've heard so many people say, you know, like they want their kids to have siblings because like when they like are no longer with them, like the parents, you know, pass away, the siblings have each other. Like when I hear some stories, when I like witness kids with like, or like friends with multiple children, like sometimes it is convincing, like, oh, maybe I do need to give a sibling to Aiden. But no plans yet. No way. I think if I had that 100% guarantee that like my kids will get along and they will be there for each other. Because, did I write this backwards? Because I've seen some cases where, like, where the siblings are worse than like two strangers. You know, sometimes siblings like cut their ties and never speak to each other ever again. You know, so if I had that 100% like guarantee, like yeah, Aiden and his younger brother or sister is gonna be great. They're gonna always be there for each other. Then okay, sure. But I did hear that only child and kids with siblings, they're just wired differently. I did hear that. But I'm the type that the more you tell me to do, the more I don't want to do it. So like, you know, seriously, literally, even when I was pregnant, and this baby wasn't even born, people were like, okay, well, are you gonna get your second child? And like, are you gonna give Aiden a sibling or brother or sister? I'm like, let me just have this baby first. And I think Tone learned, so he hasn't mentioned anything about a second kid. Because even though it's hard having a baby, and maybe he doesn't want a second kid as much as he used to, but he still wants it, right? But he has learned that the more you push me, the more I'm gonna get pushed away. Oh, I'm full. I'll do another one. I have decided to do sparkling water. Oh. Oops. So I did previously ask Tom to get me ice cream, and he's like, what kind? I'm like, surprise me. And that's the last time I'm gonna tell him or do that, because he got me this ice cream. It looks good, but this is lemon and guava ice bar. This is like the last thing I will ever buy. Anyways, yeah, it has like this guava balls. I don't like it at all. I think I'm spitting out more than eating the actual ice cream. Like whenever I get bubble tea as well, I don't get tapioca. I don't get any toppings. I think for the first like a month and a half, I was so overwhelmed and only thought about how tiring it was and how tired I was. Now I'm at a point where like, am I not doing enough for this child? Because so I stopped breastfeeding, well, pumping, at like 3.5 weeks, maybe 4th week, because Tong had to go back to work. And without him, it was just so difficult to do that. I guess I could have breastfed, but one, he didn't latch, and you know, I have flat nipples, so it was just really difficult. So I decided to pump. I guess I always wanted to. I don't know why. But when Tony left for work, it was just impossible. His feeding time and pumping time was just like very inconveniently overlapping sometimes, or like it was just like it just didn't work out. So obviously I was guilty that because like the breast milk is the best thing that you could do for a child, right? But I couldn't do that, so I feel guilty. Everyone told me don't feel guilty about it. You know, some people just, it's just harder for some people. So I'm like, okay, but the guilt's never gonna go away. And I think right now, even like leaving him at my parents, or even for one night, it's probably not even 24 hours. Like that just adds on to my guilty pile. Like as a mom, like I'm not doing enough, you know. But it's really hard to find balance, because I feel like if I push myself too far to do all these things for a baby, I think I'm going to lose myself, and I don't want to be at a point where like I'm resenting my child, or like because I sacrificed everything for this child that I want something back. Like I don't want to be at that point either. I'm not saying it always turns out like that, but you know. So overall, it sucks in that sense. I think everyone, I'm pretty sure 99% of moms feel or always have that mom's guilt. And mine's just piling already. He has fussy nights. You know, some nights he sleeps better, some nights he is just worse. And I just get so irritated, frustrated, angry at him. Although he's probably a lot more frustrated than I am. But just because I'm tired, I'm trying to take care of him, it's just like I get so angry at him, right? And after the night's over, I just feel terrible because, you know, why was I so angry at him? He's so little. He's my baby. I miss him right now. Oh man. I told my mom to send me a photo, but she's not sending me. I do miss him. But like I said, I do need this night, or like this like few hours, so I could just do other stuff where when he's here I can't do. One thing that I really miss is being lazy. When you have a baby, you can't be lazy. You just can't. He's oh my god. He's so cute. He is so cute. I've heard that first baby boy is always the little boy version of the mom. So when I didn't really care for that until like I saw my baby, and holy shit, this kid looks exactly like me, exactly like my family, more like my family, right? So in the beginning I was just like, oh, like I wish like he kind of looked like my husband as well, because like I want him to have my husband's eyes, my nose, and like husband's lips or something like that. No, this kid is 100% mine. So in the beginning I felt a little bad, right? But the more attached I get to this child, I'm like, you're mine. I want you to look 110% like me. I want people to know that you're my son, but maybe not my husband's son, right? So I'm becoming crazy. He is so cute, but I know he's still too young, and the kid's face will change every year, maybe not, maybe every month, I don't know. So Tony is just hoping for that one day he's gonna look like him. But my mom's saying that he's starting to look like him, but I don't see it. I think he looks 1000% like me, which is so cute. He has so much attitude and so much sass. He's so cute. I recently took him. Well, he's seen other babies, but this week I actually took him to one of my friend's place, and the kid is same year as Aiden, and now that Aiden could actually open his eyes, he stays awake a little longer. He's more aware of his surroundings a little bit more. He actually got to meet another baby. It was the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh, like I can't wait for him to make friends, for him to bring friends home, and like just me witnessing him interacting with, like, making like relationship with people. Like, I just can't wait. He's my baby. And like, you know, like I said in the beginning, like, I was so consumed by the thought of like just me being tired. Like, oh, I'm suffering, I'm tired, I want to sleep. That, you know, like, when people told me, you know, you're gonna miss it, you know, like, I know it's hard, but try to like really enjoy it because they're never gonna be this young again. So that didn't really stick to me until like this week, and I'm like, okay, I see what people are saying. He is so freaking cute, and yes, I am tired. I'm still tired, but it's getting a little better. That I am just, I think everything is just getting better. I do see light at the end of the tunnel. Even though I'm like caring for this child, like maybe I wasn't like really thinking much about him. Like, I'm caring, but I'm still prioritizing like me, like how tired I am. I need more sleep. But now that, you know, things are getting better, I feel like now I could actually prioritize him a lot more. Where it's just not like keeping him alive, but like making connections with him, bonding with him, and all that. It's so funny because like, oh, Ames still does it. So whenever Aiden cries, Ames starts barking, and like they just start crying together. It's like a little symphony. But I think Ames like started to like give up a little bit because like he realized that, okay, this baby's gonna keep crying like every day. So I think he's just over it. Because today we're at my parents' house and like Aiden was crying. I usually let him cry just a little bit, like not too long. So like Ames he doesn't budge, doesn't move an inch. He doesn't even lift his head. Just does his own thing. You know, in the beginning, I definitely had thoughts where, like, did I do this right? Was this a right decision? Like, am I ready for this and all that? Like, very, very negative thoughts. But now, like, I know it's only been 2 months, but a lot of shit happened over 2 months, right? I am so glad that I had this baby. I am so glad Aiden's my baby, that I get to be his mom. And knowing that, like a creature this cute and adorable needs me, it's just, I don't know, it feels really great. and like, it's definitely a feeling that, you know, you can't, it just can't be replaced. So I love it. So if you guys are watching this video and if you are contemplating, like, or like if you're like not sure about having kids or not, yes, we are selfish with our time. Yes, we want to be lazy. We want to have lazy days. We want to have all this time for ourselves. Yes. But you could have that back. Like, it's not gone forever. It's just temporarily gone. You just have to focus your time and like your everything to this child. And one day you're going to get the time back. So if that's one of the reasons why you don't want a kid, then I think you should reconsider. As a happy mommy, I do really miss Aiden. One day, right now, I don't even want to have, I could like technically have him here, but I do have my like studio lights and I don't want this to flash on his face. So the day that he is okay, then I'll have him in my mukbang and we'll film mukbang together. But until then, it's gonna be just me. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed my chicken mukbang today, and I'll see you guys next time. Check out my vlog and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys, thanks for watching.